What's up, you guys? I might be driving this thing today. So far, built a mount for this, for the power steering, or not power steering, for the clutch. Got my brake booster line made. Had to do like this little adapter thing to fit from this bigger line down to the smaller Lexus one. Painted my throttle piece that I made. Cut the intake tube down so I can fit the filter on it. It was too long. I gotta go get some clamps right now. Gotta go get a throwout bearing. Got my clutch lines made up. These ones. So these are gonna be ready to go on. Gotta go get that throwout bearing though. What else do I gotta do? I gotta pull the drive shaft off the red car. I'm gonna steal it off of that one. And I'm also going to steal the shifter off of that one. And then last night, I put the stock seat back in just so I can drive it around. And I got the blowers working for because I'm gonna have a heater in this car. So I got that working, got the radio working. What else? Dropped off my computer to R&B Tuning. He's supposed to do a nice bass tune for me. And then I should be able to drive it after that. I'm hoping. So we'll see. So I hit a little bit of a standstill on this thing because I thought my tune was bad. So I got a tune for this intake that I got. Turns out that these eBay LS1 harnesses, the pinouts are a little different. So I gotta move around a couple of these pins. I already moved one of them, like, just because LS1's a little different than 5.3 Vortex. So yeah, I gotta start depinning this and switching pins and stuff like that. What's up, you guys? So I had to go to the junkyard and I grabbed this truck harness because my other harness was an eBay harness and I think it was causing me some issues. So I went and got this one for 40 bucks. It's off of a Z71. And I'm just gonna throw it on. It's not gonna stay like this, obviously, but I'm gonna throw that on just to make sure the motor is going to run correctly with this harness. My uncle's got a truck fuse box, I guess, that we can plug this plug directly into, and then it's just 3 wires to get it to start off of there. So gonna do that for right now, and then once I confirm that this motor runs good, which I know it will, I have a feeling it was just the harness, but once I can confirm that, then it's gonna be all about probably cutting this harness up to route it the way it's gotta go. So not ideal for what I was trying to do, but I guess we'll see. I mean, I'm stuck to it now because the other harness was kind of junk, so we'll see what this one does. Yep, it was the harness. Hell yeah. Shout out Uncle Matt. So not much of an update, but I got my throwout bearing installed with all the AN fittings. That's how the lines are supposed to be routed according to FabBot. So I'm just gonna zip tie these so they don't move. And yeah, gonna stab that thing up in there in a little bit. I got my clutch on. All ARP bolts for the flywheel and the clutch or pressure plate. Good stage 3 clutch from CM Racing. Hoping it won't be too aggressive for the street, but just aggressive enough to drift. So gonna throw this transmission up, get this thing ready to go, and then hopefully bleed the clutch out, throw the drive shaft in, and hopefully this thing will be able to move under its own power. Oh, fuck. So I'm running into this issue that now that I have this pressure plate on, there's not enough room up here. So I might have to hammer out some stuff to make this fit. Not sure. I'm gonna try to see what I can do right now. Cause I was just putting it on with the flywheel, but this is about another 2 inches out. So gotta figure out how to make up for that, putting this in. So here we are, probably 4 hours later. This thing was a bitch and a half to put in because of this big 4L60 bell housing, but I finally got it, and I'm ready to hook these lines up and bleed them. Probably gonna get to that tomorrow. I gotta loosen these because they moved, so I gotta fix that really quick. But I mean, it's in there, so God, that shit was a bitch, man. So I think I might have fixed the issue. My lines were just a little loose on the throwout bearing, but I just wanted to show you guys my way that I pump it up myself. So I just come in here and give it some pumps. Grab my old breaker bar, hold that there, and then I hit the seat forward, and then bam, there you go. Now you bleed it. So here we are, probably 6 hours later. Fixed the leak on the on the throwout bearing, and I couldn't get this to bleed. So I went out and bought this Mighty Vac, and I would just stick this in there because I had air in between here and my master cylinder. So I ended up bleeding the air out of there, and then it started going right away, like it should. So now I've got pressure in there. Pretty good pressure for stage 3 clutch. Now I'm just gonna bolt my transmission in. Well, finish bolting it in, and then I guess throw my. All I gotta do is I'm gonna steal the shifter off of my red car for a little bit because I don't have a shifter for this, and I'm also gonna steal the drive shaft. And once I get those 2 things on here, I should be able to drop this thing on the ground and back it up, and should be its first time moving under its own pressure. So. Own power, my bad. I also got to tighten up the motor mounts and stuff like that, but it is very close to moving. So I'll get a video of that. So I got the drive shaft out of the red car in its grave for right now in this little garage. So I'm going to be borrowing this one at least until winter jam. Then it'll go back in here. I also had to borrow the shifter because shifters are expensive for these, and I can't find one, so I'm just gonna borrow it from here for now. So there we go. Running and driving LS swap. Other than I gotta fix this wiring. But there it is, man. I also gotta adjust the clutch pedal a little bit. But there you go, man.